Evolution intuitive reading for November. I'm excited to be here, and I hope you're looking forward to hearing what's coming up for us for the next month. And I'm also curious how you've been getting on. What have you been noticing in your reality, and how have you been navigating that? And if I remember correctly, last month we received 3 of the master cards, 11, 22, 33. And so really it was all about asking us to stand in our personal truth, to really open to that guidance that's coming through, that divine guidance, so we can step into our sovereignty, our seniority, and navigate life from that space, rather than perhaps the kind of protective layers that were built up over the years, that we've been going through a huge purge and release of all of that, so that we can really stand in our truth and power. So let's see what's in store for this month. So as I shuffle, I just invite you to place your hands on your heart and just set a soft intention for the reading. What area of your life would you like guidance on? And as you form that in your mind, just start by taking some long, deep cleansing breaths in through the nose, deep into the belly, and then back out through the mouth. And just prepare to receive. So we call in our guides and angels and our council of light for guidance and support, asking to see, hear, feel and know what it is we need to know in order to rewire our cellular memory to eternal youth, health and well-being. Thank you. Nice. All right, so let's begin. So where are we currently at? And we have 21. So 21 is a master number of 3, and 3 is all about being in our unique essence. And so if we think of ourselves as fractals of the one source, what is unique about us that wants to be seen in the world, what our unique gifts, our unique way of expressing. So we're being shown here that we're really stepping into that space. And so 21 is about being in that that conscious mind where we're receiving guidance from the divine, so that we can navigate our lives and take the action steps from that guidance without necessarily knowing what the outcome's going to be. Just really staying in that high frequency, our home frequency. And that's, when I say home frequency, that's about standing in our truth and our power, our true essence, even when perhaps maybe others may not agree with us. And can we stay true to that? And that really was the message for last month's reading as well. Can we stand in our truth? Even when others may not agree. And when we do that, we have the ability to create something new. And that is, not just something new in our reality, but actually a new version of ourselves. Each time we get new awareness and we stand true to our authenticity, we grow and we expand and we become a newer version of ourselves. And, that's what we want to keep doing, is keep learning about ourselves. Who are we? What have we come here to be and do? It's a really nice card to start the month. So then this is, what is being reflected to us in the outside world? And this could be through peers, friends, family. And we have 10. And I think I've said this before, I always think of this as like the disco lights. The lights are coming on, and it's an embodiment number of 1. And 1 is all about, having that new awareness, new guidance, and knowing what to do with that. We might get the knowledge, and then we need the intelligence and the wisdom to know how to use that knowledge. And this will be from perhaps this year, where we've been clearing and purging a lot of old programming that doesn't serve us, so that we can step into our new authentic way of being. And so this is really reminding us to see through the kind of 3D reality of the programmed reality, and so that we can really start to step into our higher mind. And then we start to receive new downloads, how to navigate our life. So I'm going to pull another card for clarity, and we get 25. And 25 is a master number of 7. And 7 is about, seeing through the illusions of the program reality. So, and I often think of this as like a time machine. So it's saying that we have the potential here to shift timelines from the old program reality, that has been instilled in us through, not just our generation, but through our generations, ancestral generations of all of this programming, and that we have new opportunities to create something new. And so, it's asking us to stay in that higher mind, that divine mind, navigate our lives from that space, rather than the old patterns of, reacting to what shows up in our reality. So we start to become more masterful at responding to life rather than reacting because of old emotions, that have shown up, and that hopefully we've done a lot of clearing this year. Really nice. So then this represents, well, what wants to be seen that maybe I'm not quite seeing yet? And this is to do with the underlying energy of the intention that you've set. And we got 12. And 12 is an embodiment number of 3. And 3, again, is about being in our true essence, being true to ourselves, being authentic, operating from that authentic true self rather than the programmed false sense of self. And so again, it's sort of saying it doesn't matter which way we go. If we stay in our truth, then we can't get it wrong. And it also means creating beyond that thinking mind. So as we said here, really tapping into that divine guidance coming through, listening to that guidance and taking action on that guidance, even if we don't yet know the outcome. We're really being asked to listen and trust and take action. So really, really strong coming through here. And so what support are we being given to do this? And we have 1. And I think that's really lovely, because 1 is all about, the opportunity to create a new beginning for ourselves, getting that new awareness and new guidance and acting on that. And so, if we have been seeing through the illusions of our programming and starting to purge and heal all of that, stepping into our true authentic self, which has just always been there, just covered up by all the layers of the conditioning, then we start to get that new awareness. And then the knowledge then becomes, wisdom. We get to know how to apply all of this that we've learned, so that we can navigate our lives with greater ease, greater intelligence, and having that new guidance that we didn't have access to before. And so then what is possible if we follow this guidance for the month of November? And wow, another 3. So we've got 3 threes. And this is, again, reminding us that we're starting to really awaken to the true essence of ourselves. As we've shared and cleared away and purged a lot of the old patterns that haven't been serving us, we're now getting to start to uncover who we really are. And, we might start to see a totally newer version of ourselves that's always been there, just been covered up by all this conditioning. And we're starting to feel maybe braver to step into that authenticity and to be able to express and create our lives in the way that we want to create it, rather than, perhaps in the past we felt like we couldn't really be ourselves because we had other obligations or other people's truths maybe that we felt were priority. And we're starting to see that no, we are our priority. It's our life, and we want to navigate it in a way that feels good for us, where we can create more joy and abundance and harmony. And so then the probable outcome is 7. And 7 again is a reminder that really, through the month of November, it's really clearly showing that we're being asked to stay in our true essence, stay true to us, no matter what is going on around us. And again, maybe not everyone is going to agree with that. And can you still be true to yourself, or will you slip back into, perhaps patterns of people pleasing, or doubting the guidance that's coming through? We're being asked to really see through the illusions, stay in our power. And again, it's a reminder to trust in that guidance that's coming through, the intuition that's coming through from a higher space, so that we can shift from one programmed from a reality that was more programmed and conditioned into a new reality, a new higher timeline, where we start to experience more unconditional joy and love and beauty in our reality, and start to see and believe that that is possible for us. And so I think it's a really strong reading, really clear reminders that to check in with ourselves. Am I in my truth? Am I coming from my unique essence? Where am I maybe still slipping up, or need to be stronger in my truth and stay in my power? So I'm going to pull a journey card, and let's see what journey card. Ooh, there we go. I didn't even finish asking. Let's see what this comes up. So it says, I am the light body. I release judgment of my body. I choose love. I'm just going to see what it says in the book, because whilst it's talking about body, that hasn't, hang on. Here we go. So it's 11. And 11 is about being in our divine intelligence. So maybe what I'm getting from this is to remember that, not necessarily the physical body, but to remember that we are the light. We are our own light. And here, it was asking us to stay in our truth, to stay in our light, and choosing love. So even with the judgment, even if we're breaking through illusions and programming, past conditioning, just to remember to stay in the love. So let's read. It says, you are called to step into higher levels of frequency that shift your experience of the physical body. Love your body without judgment. Allow this healing process to not only clear you of density that no longer serves you, but also to bring you into union with your soul. Affirm aloud, I release judgment of my body and become my light body. And I'm just going to, hang on, there's actually another bit more. So it says, we're experiencing an energetic upgrade and awakening to a deeper intelligence. And so this allows us to have visions, heightened intuition, and divine experiences. The light body is an activation to access greater potential by upgrading cellular consciousness. And so the awakening of the light body is a magnificent process that can bring in extremely high frequencies. When you go through extreme moments of awakening at a deep cellular level, DNA healing brings you through an initiation. This initiation is a purification wherein you pass through many levels of consciousness that hold specific insights. I love that, and it's reminded me, I'm going to share with you what's been going on for me this past month, and which was quite interesting because I haven't, people don't tend to talk about this, or I haven't seen too many people talk about this. So as we're releasing all of that conditioning, which, is held as an emotion in the body, so our cells are holding on to that emotion from past experiences, and as we release that emotion from the cells, actually our cellular structure is transforming. And so what I noticed this last month is where I'd been holding a trauma, essentially trauma for years of not being able to be my true self, not being able to express my truth, getting pushback when I did. And so me personally, it was like held in my jaw, where I'd kind of, gritted my teeth or, held my tongue instead of expressing my authentic truth. And because that had been held for so long, when it started to release, what I wasn't expecting was that, when something's being held at the top of your body, it has an effect on the rest of your body, all the way, down to the feet. And so as that was healing, as the tension was releasing in my jaw, everything else that had been out of balance and out of alignment for years, I'm talking years here, since probably childhood, that was starting to realign. But in that realignment, it was a little bit painful. And I had to, really trust that there was nothing wrong, and that my body was just realigning and rebalancing. And actually, the more I trusted that, the more I shifted through that energetic shift much quicker. And so that is the light body. My body was becoming lighter. I was releasing all that density that was weighing me down and lightening the load. And even I thought to myself just the other night in bed that, oh wow, I feel quite light and no aches and pains. And many of us have been living with aches and pains for a long time, and sometimes no matter how many times you visit the doctor, you still don't get a proper answer for that. So I'm just returning to the book very quickly. So there was something else that was coming through. Yeah, so just about, loving your body as well. So as we are going through these energetic shifts, sometimes we might even, gain weight, or, changes happen to our body. And so we just have to allow that process to go through. And the more we're releasing it all from our body, we're in this higher frequency, enabling us to operate from our true authenticity and create a new reality. And as I said, it's not just a reality outside, it's actually, we're creating a new version of ourselves. And we might think of the new version just being, how a new behavior, but actually no, as I've just explained, we're also upgrading our physical body. So we're going to show up in a physical body that reflects this new lighter version of ourselves, right? So I hope that's clear. And it's also reminded me, because it also said, we're going through an initiation. And I'm about to launch a 6-week course called Initiation. So what perfect timing. So if that's something you're interested in exploring, then I'll drop the link below and you can check that out. And just to give a quick summary, initiation is really about starting to unravel all of that programming and start to align our personal will, our free will, with the will of the divine. And that is really what was showing up here with these 3 threes, really stepping into our true essence, our unique fragment of the one source. So beautiful. Do come along. It's going to be really powerful, and it will set us up to, obviously start 2025 in a much more empowered and true self way of being. Nice. All right, so if we're ready, let's just code before we complete this energy transmission. So again, hands on heart, if you'd like to, close your eyes and start taking a long, deep cleansing breath. And just receive, allow your body to receive this new high frequency code into the DNA, upgrading the cellular structure, helping to activate this light body, becoming lighter as we release all the dense conditioning from the past, enabling us to step onto a higher timeline as a higher conscious being. And so just gently raise your eyes to the third eye the center of your head. And we're going to bring in this code into the pineal gland, into the ascended DNA, activating the electrons, the hydrogen atom, sending this new code through the ionic grid, upgrading every cell in the body to hold this new high frequency, enabling us to navigate the month of November with greater ease and joy. And so the code is 317313711. Take a deep breath and hold. Just notice how that feels in the body. And then release. We say thank you, I love you, it is done. And yeah, that feels like quite a special code. 3173137. Nice. And then we had 11, divine intelligence. So go have yourselves a great month ahead. I hope this guidance really supports you. As always, please share in the comments how you're getting on. And again, if you're interested in joining the 6-week initiation program, check out the link below. And of course, if you would like a complimentary clarity call or your own personal reading, then do get in touch about that as well. I'm here to support you. All right, sending you so much love. Have a great day. Bye for now.